Hello folks, this video is going to instruct you how to properly install the Adobe Flash Player. Now we use Firefox for our internet usage or internet browsing, so that is the browser that we're going to use right now for this particular application. So we're going to open up Firefox, and up here in the address bar, which is the bar up here that says search or enter address. So this bar right here is the address bar. You shouldn't type it in here or here. This is the correct place to type in a website address. So we're going to click in that box and type in www.adobe.com. And then we're going to hit enter on the keyboard. That brings up the Adobe homepage. Now the page changes often, but somewhere on the screen there should be some sort of menu or some sort of option that you can click on. In this case, it says menu. So you click on menu, and then somewhere are the downloads that they provide. So right here on this bottom row are the downloads that they provide for free. So if you were going to do Adobe Reader, that would be over here. Adobe Flash Player would be right here. So we're going to go ahead and click on Adobe Flash Player. That's going to bring up this screen. Now anytime there's something checked, make sure we uncheck it, because we don't want anything else other than what it is we're trying to download. So in this case we're trying to download the Adobe Flash Player, so we certainly don't want anything to do with McAfee. Okay, so we want to make sure that anything that's checked for us becomes unchecked. Okay, down here it says install, so we're going to click on install. Okay, because we're using Firefox, it prompts us to save the file. And you'll notice that up here in the top corner, this green arrow has appeared. Now when you're using Firefox, that's where your downloaded files go. So you then have to click on that arrow to retrieve the file. So this is the file we just downloaded. We're going to click on it to launch it. And then right down here, we're going to run. That begins the process of installing the Adobe Flash Player. Now it's important to keep the Adobe Flash Player up to date, and as you can see up here, Firefox has prevented the outdated version from running for security purposes. So that tells me that I needed to go ahead and download the new version. So here's all the preferences. We're going to let them install the updates automatically, so we're going to hit next. And you'll see the progression bar. The first thing it does is download, and then it'll attempt to install it. Now downloading usually takes a few minutes. After the download's completed, it will try to install the program. Now sometimes different browsers have different plugins, which is what this is actually called. This is a Adobe Flash Player plugin. So different browsers usually require, or often require, different plugins. So if you're using different browsers, you may have to do this different times with the different browsers. So if you see the completion here with the green check, you can hit finish. It will then take you to the Adobe page and tell you that you have finished and that they hope you enjoy it. And what we're going to do is exit out of the browser, closing our tabs. And then we're going to open it back up, and when we go back to Adobe, we'll see that we're good to go here. Now if you want to just check it out and test, usually if you go to Yahoo, there's some Flash video playing on their page. So right over here is animated video, which is called Flash. Now the other thing we're going to do is we're going to click on these lines up here. Right underneath the red X, there are 3 lines. We're going to click on that, and then one of the options is for add-ons. So if we click on add-ons, it tells us all the different add-ons that are on this particular browser. Now, first one tells you how you can get more add-ons. We usually recommend that you don't add any, because that gives potential for problems. If we click on extensions, there are certain things that get added to your browser as an extension. The rest of them get added to your browser as a plugin. And you'll notice in here, if we scroll down a little bit, we've got the Flash 14 player, which is the current and correct player. Okay, we notice we have some other out-of-date things, but that's for another video. Most importantly, in this particular case, we are just checking that the current Flash Player, which in this case was 14, has been installed correctly. And that completes the video on how to download Adobe Flash Player.